Hey everybody, this is David from Shine On Studio in Oakland, California, and we're going to continue on with the vocal mixing lesson that I was doing. And in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to get thicker vocals. So the last lesson, we talked about distortion and adding a little bit of delay. This time, we're going to do what's called octave or pitch shifting the vocals. We're not going to use auto-tune, all right? We're going to use some pretty simple plugins from Plugin Alliance. I like this hybrid EQ, and we're also going to use the Waves doubler. So let me show you how to get started. We'll try to make this a quick lesson so you guys can get cracking on this, because this is an easy way to thicken up your vocals. So we're going to select the main vocal track right here, and I'm going to hit Shift Option D, and I'm going to make 2 copies of just the active playlist, no inserts. That gives us 2 new tracks right here. Shift Command N for a new stereo audio track. And I'm going to highlight these and move them down. And then I'm going to delete these 2 tracks, which I no longer need. And now we have a stereo track of the vocals from the original mono track. You can see I've already started with 1 track here, so I'm going to show you how to set this up with another one. So this is my 3rd octave. I'm going to do a 6th octave. And I'm just going to slide these plugins over. Feel free to use any EQ or pitch shifting plugin that you want. I don't recommend auto-tune, but each man has his favorite poison for treating vocals, so feel free to use whatever makes you feel good. So we've got the EQ. I'm rolling off pretty much just the lows, and I might make this a little bit more severe based on how the track starts to blend, but that's usually where I start. On the doubler here, let me bring up the original one so that we have both of these here to look at. And the one on the left here is the 3rd, and I've turned off the direct signal. So make sure this is unchecked. You want this guy grayed out. And on this side, I have the first positive and the second negative. So I'm going to swap that. On this side, I'm going to make this -6. And this one, +6. And we do that basically just to control some phasing, also to just make it thicker and a little bit wider. And also you don't want all your low detuned on one side of the speaker and all your high pitch detuned on the other side. I like to have a little bit of a blend. Now, if you want to have, all the squeaky chipmunk stuff on one side and all the Hail Satan stuff on the other side, feel free to do whatever you want. But this is the way that I like to do this, and this will definitely thicken up the vocal. Now, if you're running them all to a vocal stem, make sure that you send this out to the stem that you're using for your backing vocals. 5 is for backing vocals. So here we have now 2 tracks with pitch shifted vocals thickening up the main vocal. Let's listen to it real quick in the mix. That sounds a lot thicker already. Let me mute these and let's listen to it without them. Pop them back in real quick. You hear how it brought her forward just a little bit. I'm actually going to do some gain matching here to make sure that I don't increase too much. But as you double things and you add layers, you're just naturally going to add volume and presence to the vocal, which is what we want. So if you're getting what you want to achieve, then it's not a bad thing. But just make sure that you try to gain match everything and kind of keep everything in the pocket so that you're not pushing your headroom to nearly nothing. I get so many tracks where guys just compress the crap out of vocals, and that's not the way to do it, guys. Don't just take your main vocal and throw a bunch of plugins on it and squish it all to hell. Try to branch it out a little bit and use different effects as you go along so that you get a thicker vocal by adding small pieces and layers here and there. That's the best way to control the vocal tone. That way you can actually increase and decrease certain aspects of the processing that you're adding to the vocal. It'll give you a better handle on your vocal tracks so that you can mix them into the music. Now, what I'm going to do is take these 2 tracks, and I'm going to Shift Option D again, and I'm only going to create one, but I'm going to duplicate the inserts as well. And this is going to give us a total of 4 tracks. And now I'm going to label this one 9 octave and 12 octave. You can keep going if you want. You can do multiples of 5, multiples of 3, whatever floats your boat. Trust your ears and do what you think is right. So on this side, remember this is the positive and the minus. So we're going to do -9 there. And then on this one, come on, there you go. It's going to be -12 and +12. And let's listen to those real quick. And let's do something real quick. Let's just group these, and we'll call these the octaves, and we'll make it O. This will make it easy to mute them real fast. Let's listen to it without it. And with it. Really easy fix. All of a sudden you have nice thick vocals you can play with. If you want to hear these, let's just solo these up and see what they sound like. Slipping in the inky darkness, forget the troubles of the light. So that's what we're adding to this mix, just blending that in a little bit, giving her a wider sense in her vocal range. So leaving the main vocal right up the middle and then panning these hard left, hard right. You don't have to do it that way. You can bring them closer to the middle if you think that it gives you more impact and presence depending on the vocalist and the style of the music. But for this hard, edgy rock music, this is the great way to really get your vocals right in that pocket. Hope this helps you guys out. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Again, this is David at Shine On Studio in Oakland, California. Happy mixing, guys.